As I record this video right now, Alphonse Ochieng is lying dead in mortuary. Why? Because he had a misunderstanding with his wife called Chebet. And Chebet took a knife and did what she did, and now Alphonse is dead in the mortuary. And Chebet, I'm not sure if she's arrested right now as I record this video, but Chebet is alive. Alphonse is dead. Of course, she will go to prison if she's arrested. As I still record this video, a lady called Atandi is dead. Why? Because she was trying to escape from her boyfriend's house. Now, the boyfriend is still alive. Afandi is dead. As I still record this video, there is a man who went and ended the life of wife. I don't know if she was an officially married wife or a girlfriend, but reports have it that they have been together for quite some time. And then they had a disagreement. And this man, what he did, he went and ended her life, and then even took a photo and posted it online. Now, I don't want to continue because we have so many cases of people ending the lives of their partners because of disagreements. Now, my point is this in this video today. If a relationship is not working between you two people, it is okay to part ways. Society has lied to us for too long that if you don't have a person, you are inadequate, that you are abnormal, that you are not a functional human being. You must have a wife or a husband, or you must have a boyfriend or a girlfriend for you to be considered normal. That if you don't have those things, then you are a failure. And so some people are doing everything they can to either have a husband or a wife. And if they don't succeed, they do something very stupid. Like, for example, if a person wants you, if you are looking at me and you are a lady, if a person wants you as a girlfriend and you refuse, and he has been conditioned that a wife is the most important thing on this planet, that man can end your life. If you are a man and a lady believes that having a man is the most important thing on this planet, and then she tries to have you, and then she thinks that this thing is not working, this lady will take a knife the way Chebet took, and then she will end your life. Or the lady from that Luya lady who burned her boyfriend in Nairobi, the lady will just do that and then burn you with hot water. The message I'm trying to bring to you today is that if a relationship is not working, kindly walk out. Society is lying to you. It is okay to be single. I have repeatedly told you that I am now single. I am a divorced man. I'm divorced. I'm now single. And now there is shame in that. A lot of people think there is shame in being divorced peacefully. That Gide's divorced, now this man is not normal. Now some of the I know there are some people who watch my videos and then they walk around, oh, that man is not a normal man because he's divorced. Now, some of them expected that if my marriage was not working, I was supposed to maybe beat up my wife, or maybe take a knife like Chebet did, or maybe do something even useless, like maybe trying to force my wife out of a story building and then she falls down. That is what people wanted me to do. But for me, I chose peace. And I said it in my video. I explained it clearly that the marriage was not working. I even never said that my wife was a bad person. No. I said the marriage was not working between the two of us. And therefore, the most peaceful thing is to end it peacefully. Let your wife go away, walk away. If you are a boyfriend and you have a girlfriend and you two are not agreeing, you two, let the girlfriend go, you go your way. Let there be peace between you two people. And I don't know if a lot of people are getting me. And I wish a lot of podcasters and YouTubers can come up with a topic to tell people that it is okay to be single. It is okay to be divorced. It is okay to be alone. Let not pressures of society lie to you that you must have someone for you to be normal. No, even being single is also normal. I'm not saying that having someone is abnormal. No. Having a boyfriend or a girlfriend or having a wife or a husband is normal. But also being single and being divorced is normal. Kindly embrace the two. If you are single, try get into a relationship. If it is not working, walk out peacefully. Are you getting me? And then when you walk out, do not be ashamed to say that I have walked out. I have always come online and told you that I am divorced. In all my videos, I keep saying I am divorced so that people who are suffering in marriages can divorce peacefully. Get out of that marriage in peace, bro. Leave another human being in peace, and you go in peace. Don't kill, don't burn, don't stab anybody. Let them go in peace, and you go in peace, and let people stay in peace. Please, do not end anybody's life. And this brings me to one point that a lot of people don't get, that a relationship or a marriage is made up of two people. Two people. If you two people do not agree, do not try to involve other people. Like, for example, Alphonse used to disagree with Chebet, and then they used to invite other people to come solve their problems. And so when Alphonse now is dead, he's in the mortuary, now neighbors are coming to say the two have been having issues. We know about their issues. Now, you know the two have been having issues. You have helped them to solve their issues. But you can see you did not successfully solve their issues. The most important people to solve their issues were the two, Alphonse and Chebet. They had to sit down and examine what are our issues, and then they had to solve their issues, the two. If the two could not solve their issues, it was rational for them to part ways in peace. And if you are married and you have a girlfriend, you two people should sit down and examine your issues. If you cannot solve the two of you, kindly walk away. And I always give my example because I have lived experience. I don't like talking about other people. I talk about my own case because I have lived experience, and I understand that if you two people cannot solve your issues, then it is over. Even if you bring a pastor, even if you sit a family meeting, even if you call your uncle to talk to you, if whatever you do, whoever you bring cannot solve your issues, if you two people cannot solve your issues. And I always talk about the Bible where it says that two cannot walk together unless they agree. You two people have to agree to walk together. The journey of a relationship, the journey of marriage, you two people must sit down and agree. If you cannot agree, you can't work together. Even if you bring the most saved person to counsel you. I hear people say that, go to a marriage counselor. A marriage counselor will look at your issues and then they will... Marriage counselors are the most useless people you can ever come across. A marriage counselor is not going to solve a problem if two people cannot solve their own issues. These two people have to agree first. Even coming to see a marriage counselor, the two must first agree, okay? The Bible says you two will become one flesh. One flesh means the two people can now unite. Their mind has to be in unison. Their ideas, their goals, their perspectives have to always come to an understanding. You are one flesh. If this flesh is not one, it is divided, kindly part ways. For my example, I tried to solve my marriage problems. I have told people, I tried to make that marriage stand. I tried. I called pastors. I called women ministry leaders. I called family members. I called siblings. I tried everything possible to make that marriage work, but it failed and I walked away peacefully. Now, when I narrate how I walked away peacefully, do not start saying that Gid is coming online, he's talking about his private issues. You know, you are not supposed to bring your private issues online. You know, as a mature person, he is not mature. He should not bring his personal issues. No. I am coming here to help other people understand that it is okay to move on. I moved on. It is okay. Let the person go. And let me give you background information of my issues. One of the issues we had in marriage is religion. Before I married my wife, I clearly told her I am a Seventh-day Adventist. So the first thing you have to agree with me, before I marry you, you have to become a Seventh-day Adventist. Remember, I am not compelling you to be my wife. I am just advising you that for me to agree with you on many things, you have to agree to become an SDA like me. If you cannot, it is okay not to get married. There's no fighting there. I know some people will tell me, you cannot force a person to go to your church. Yes, if I cannot force you, then I will not marry you. And if you want to be my wife, then you have to convert to become a Seventh-day Adventist. Then I asked her a simple question. Will you agree She said, yes, I will agree. Then she came to the church. She went to the baptismal class. We usually call it Darasa la Ubatizo. Then she went and learned about the Adventist faith, the fundamental beliefs and everything. Then she was baptized. After being baptized, she converted. She became, in the Kakamega Central SDA Church, that is where she was baptized. Then she converted fully into the Seventh-day Adventist faith. Then we got married. Then some few years into marriage, she refuses to go to church. I am asking her, why are you not going to church? Why are you not going to church? Not that she's going to her previous church. She's now totally not going to any church. Why are you not going to church? It reached a point where I have to go to church alone. And I'm speaking, church members are looking at me and they can confirm. Sometimes I carry kids alone. I go to church with the kids alone. My wife has totally refused to go to church. Then I'm asking myself, before I married you, I told you my faith is one of the most important things you have to agree with. Now, why have you refused to go to church? Sometimes I sit down with her. This is not something I'm accusing her or talking to other people. No, I sit down with her calmly. Then I ask her, why are you not going to church? Now, if you don't get a response, what do? Now, because this is a marriage covenant, and then I thought that maybe God hates divorce, I sat there and waited. And I thought it was not maybe a big issue. Then I said, if my children can convert to my faith, then well and good. Then let her continue being an atheist or a pagan or anything. Let me continue going to church. Now, you see, the family is divided now. A husband and children are going to church. The wife is not going to church. Later, I find that she has gone back to the Catholic Church. Up to this point that I'm speaking, she is now back to the Catholic Church, and I'm in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. After lying to me that she can convert to the Seventh-day Adventist faith. Now, you see, this was a big problem because it is something I communicated before we entered into marriage. And every Seventh-day Adventist man or a lady who is serious with the Seventh-day Adventist faith will tell you that before you get married to me, you have to become an Adventist. And that is why now I understood when the pastor had told me that if you want peace, marry your fellow Seventh-day Adventist. You will not have a lot of arguments about faith. Now, that is just one thing that I noticed we are not on the same page. I tried to have people talk to her. I tried, and there is evidence of people who tried to talk to her. She refused. She went back to her Catholic Church, and then I was in the Adventist Church. So as a husband and children, we are Adventists, and the wife is a Catholic. Now, she's now pulling this family apart in terms of religion. Are you getting that? I'm just giving you examples. I'm not reporting my wife to you. Some people say that, no. I'm not reporting my wife to you. I'm saying exactly what happened. The wife is a Catholic. The husband and children are Seventh-day Adventists. And it's because she converted to the Adventist faith to get married, just to get a husband. And then after getting a husband, she goes back to Catholic. Sometimes I tell people, when you see a marriage has ended, sometimes one person tried to work things out and it did not work. Another thing was about the matrimonial home, and this thing I narrated it in my previous video. You always see me talk about me loving home, me loving the village home. And I have a home. I have a home set up for my children. As I speak right now, I have my children in my house, okay? Now, I have a family. I have a home. I'm not homeless. I'm not struggling to buy land. No, I have a home already. Now, you marry a wife and you bring her home. And she accepts that I want to be your wife. Fast forward, within a short time in marriage, she goes and rents her own house, then refuses to stay at home. You try to talk to people. Now, you even try to talk among yourselves. Why don't you love home? Then she tells you, I want you to buy land. Let us get out of your home. Now, before you got married, I told you, I love home. I love my own home. You can't get me out of my home. Marriage cannot get me out of my home. She tells me, I don't like that home. Me, I want to stay in town. That is why I have always been saying that if I want to marry, one of the priorities is, does this lady love a village life? Does she value like, for example, I usually say I earn all my money online. In fact, all my money, I earn it online. exclusively. I don't have offline income sources. All my income sources are online. So one of the factors I'll be looking at is, does this lady value village living and earning money in the village while working online? If you cannot agree to that, and if I sense, because sometimes you lie because you want a husband. Society has told you that you want a husband. And here we have a husband who lives in the village, and you want to trick him to get married to him, so that once you have captured him, you run away from the marriage and then confuse the life of this man, then tell him get out of that village. No. And those are just two examples. I have so many other examples, some of them very embarrassing, that I cannot talk about in this video. Now, I want to ask you a question, because I could not agree with my wife in terms of religion, in terms of the matrimonial home, and several things that I cannot talk about, because people will watch this video and then they come to a conclusion that those were the only two things. No, we had a lot of issues that we were not agreeing on. A lot. Including even the number of children, spacing of children, including conjugal rights, including so many things that we could not agree on. Now, was I supposed to take a knife and end her life? Was I supposed to take acid and then attack her? Was I supposed to take hot water and then burn her? Was I supposed to put her in a septic tank? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to throw her from the top of a story building? What was I supposed to do? As a sane person who is also considerate, kindly go to court, file a divorce, and part ways. Part ways. Now, the problem of doing that in a very peaceful manner and telling people that I parted ways with my wife because we could not agree on religion, we could not agree on the matrimonial home, we could not agree on finances, we could not agree on conjugal rights. Now, when you explain that, society starts shaming you, that you are a very useless man. Keep your issues private. Now, if I keep my issues private and then I hide all my issues, and then another person is going through these things and they believe marriage is the most important, they are going to attack their spouses. I am telling you that it is okay to walk away. Walk away from that marriage in peace and leave your partner in peace, just like I did. They will judge you, but it is okay. It is okay. If you want to narrate the reasons why your marriage ended, narrate them. Okay, it is okay to narrate them. Let nobody lie to you that you should not narrate them. Narrate them. Okay, some of us will understand you. We will not say that you are bringing your private issues to the public. No, a lot of people are going through those issues. A lot of marriages are sexless. People are not having, but they are staying in marriage because they believe it's important. In marriages, there is a lot of domestic violence in a lot of these marriages, but women are staying there because they have been told the marriage is the most important. Husbands are experiencing a lot of oppression. There is no submission from wives, and by submission, I am not meaning oppression, just normal respect for the husband. It's not there. The husband is mistreated in that marriage, but he's staying there because he has been told that marriage is important, just persevere, and then they persevere. Now, people are hurting, but in marriages. Now, when the hurting goes beyond control, the next thing to do is to end the life of another person, which is a very stupid thing. Divorced people, let us help people understand that it is okay to walk away. When you disagree, you try to solve issues, it is okay to walk away. And I have to insist that if you disagree, and then you find that you cannot agree on issues, do not try to go to a marriage counselor. Do not call parents. Do not call siblings. I tried. I called the siblings of my wife and I told them that I would like my wife to be like this and that. You know, I'm a very honest person. I told them the whole truth. But they could not manage. I'm not saying that they are bad people. They are very good people. Very calm people. In fact, my in-laws are very quiet, calm people. They don't like issues with people. I told them that, look, we have these issues. Even them, they could not handle those issues. Okay? My own parents could not handle them. Her own parents could not handle them. Pastors could not. Women ministry leaders could not. I tried. I'm the one pushing. I want my marriage to work. Kindly come help me. They could not. And the main lesson I learned is, if you too cannot sit down and agree, if you cannot sit your wife down and she agrees with you, walk away. If you are a wife and you have a husband who is misbehaving, this man is cheating on you, he's beating you all the time, he's making you suffer emotionally and physically in that marriage, and your life is not at peace, and you call him, let's sit down and solve our issues, and this man is adamant, I don't want, protect your peace. Kindly walk away in peace. And I hope you are not married to a psycho who will not look for you, because we have a certain man who looked for his wife until his home, and he ended her life in her home. So maybe this is just to tell you that don't get married to psychos. These people who are not emotionally intelligent, people who cannot control their minds and emotions, and people who are not level-headed. If you are a level-headed person with high emotional intelligence, don't marry to a low-tier intelligent. Don't get married to an ignorant person who is, you understand what I mean, right? Yes, because if you marry a person who is a bit empathetic and considerate and level-headed, it is easier to end things. And that is why I usually say that my wife, in as much as we could not agree, she's not a very bad person. She's intelligent and considerate. And when I ended things, although she wanted to cause some commotion, but when things ended, they ended peacefully. And now I have my children, and sometimes she has children, and we agreed, live your own life, let me live my own life, and we are in peace. If she gets another person, the better. If I get another person, the better. Okay? So if you are out there and you are suffering in marriage, do not suffer to the extent of ending the life of your partner. It is not okay to end the life of your partner. It is okay to live in peace. And if you cannot live in peace, part ways in peace. Thank you for listening to me. This is Gidi Akali, and we shall meet again in another video. Peace.